Hello. If you think I look like trash, it's okay.
It's because I am trash.
No, I stayed up all night to watch WandaVision, and then I had to wake up early today to do adulting. Why do I have to do adult stuff? I just want to watch superhero movies and be a kid again. Those two kids from WandaVision, stop growing up. Stop it. Growing up is a trap. What up, friend? How are you doing today? We're going to be talking about WandaVision today. I wasn't going to review this show until the final episode, but it's getting good. It's heating up, and I just have so much in my head that I want to talk about that I have to get it out. I want to run some theories by you. If you guys have some theories, run them by me too in the comment section below. If you don't know who I am Snaggletooth, and this review is spoiler heavy, okay? Make sure you know that going in. All right, so when this episode starts, we have WandaVision, and she's trying to get these kids to stop crying. And she tries to use her powers on them, and the powers don't work. The kids won't shut up. And that shows that her powers don't work on the kid, which I think is important. I think that's an important fact to know, that her powers don't necessarily work on these little kids, on these two little babies. So as they're trying to get these kids to sleep, Agnes comes in, and she's talking about she wants to hold the kids, and all of a sudden she like kind of. Do you want me to take that from the top?
Do you want me to take that again?
And I was like, whoa, she just totally dissociated from this television show that she's in. I was like, that was amazing. That was very good. It's a very good moment. It's just so awkward, and it stands out so well in this whole show. It's just this blooper you would see at the end of an 80s television show. Except sometimes like bloopers are supposed to be funny, and this wasn't funny. It was just really awkward. So this moment kind of wakes Vision up. Vision has been, every episode he sees something weird, but usually he gets a reset when he sees something weird. But this one actually snaps him out of it, and he's kind of like, hey man, something's not right. Did you not see that? Did you not see Agnes totally dissociate from this moment? But he's distracted from his train of thought. He's distracted from figuring out what's going on, because the two kids, they've actually aged, 8 years? They're actually 8 years old now. They've gone from babies to 8 years old. That's every parent's dream, right? If I can get you out the house in a week, then I've done my job as a parent. But the scene switches over to outside the bubble. Now that we've established that there's two universes, what you call them? Universes going on. You have the inside of the bubble with Wanda and Vision, and outside of the bubble with the sword agents. So Monica Rambeau thing wakes up, and she goes to this meeting to talk about what happened inside the bubble. And the leader of SWORD is like she's a terrorist. And Monica's like, no, I don't think that's exactly what's going on. I think there's more to the story. The head of SWORD is like, nope, she's a terrorist. She literally stole Vision's body from our headquarters. I'd be like, man, if a government agency was experimenting on your girlfriend's corpse, you'd be pretty pissed too. And the guy is really not paying attention to her. He's like, yeah, whatever. Are you serious? She was in there for weeks. She's the best insight you have, and you're totally blowing her off. So Darcy, Agent Wu Thing, and Monica Rambeau Thing all come up with this plan. They go, hey, anything we send into a bubble gets remade into the age that Wanda is currently in, right? So if you send something from the 2020 in there, it'll get aged down into something from the 70s or the 60s. They come up with this clever idea to send something from the 80s into this bubble, because the theory is if it's from the 80s, she can't change it. Then we flash back into the bubble, which is called the Hex. They're calling it the Hex now.
Good job, Darcy, with your naming skills.
So back inside the Hex, the two boys, Billy and Tommy, have found a dog, and they want to raise this dog. And Wanda's like, you're too young to raise a dog. So the kids age themselves up 2 years. They're like, hey, we're 10 now, we're old enough to have a dog.
Ain't that a bitch?
It kind of shows that Wanda does not have control over these two kids again. Whatever they are, whatever power that manifested them, Wanda has no control over that power. They can kind of just do what they want. They can age themselves up and down. She tells them to go to sleep and they don't listen. Whatever power she has over them, it's nil. But the dog freaks out because there's a drone overhead. And it turns out they figured out that if they send this 80s drone into this hex thing that they're talking about, that it won't be affected by Wanda's powers. So they fly this hex over to Wanda's house, and the head of I keep wanting to call him the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. The head of S.W.O.R.D. says, all right, let a missile go. And Monica's like, what? You're gonna shoot her with a missile? And let a missile go. And the feed cuts out, boom, as soon as she shoots a missile. And I'm like, what a stupid plan.
But given that it's a stupid-ass decision, I've elected to ignore it.
She's literally one of the most powerful people on the planet. You have no idea how she's doing any of this, but you think a missile is gonna stop her. This is the same person who 1v1'd half of the Avengers. 5 minutes ago, you were just talking about how she could body Thanos by herself, and now you're shooting her with a goddamn 80s missile? You should have known that wasn't gonna work. So now Wanda is pissed. She walks right out the hex, carrying the goddamn drone in her hand. She's like, hey, you, is this your shit? So all the agents draw guns on her. They draw guns with these little green lights at the end of the dots. And she's like, leave me alone. He's like, I can't do that, Wanda. She snaps her fingers, and all the agents turn their guns from her over to like the head of S.W.O.R.D., and they're just like all aiming at him. I was like, oh my God, what a badass scene. That scene was fire. That scene was the best point in a lot of Marvel stuff. Like I just found that amazing. Then we flash to a goddamn commercial, and let's talk about this commercial real quick. They flash into this commercial, and it's a commercial about like napkins and cleaning up messes with these napkins. And they're called Logos napkins. And it took me like 10-15 seconds to remember what Logos was. I'm like, what is Logos? Oh yeah, that's that place where Wanda blew up a bunch of people. Flash over to Wanda. Wanda and the kids are looking for the dog because the dog is gone. And it turns out it's with Agnes, and the dog is dead. It ate some poison flowers or something like that. And the kids are like, bring him back, mommy, bring him back to life. You have that power, you have the power to do it. And she's like, no, I can't, baby. Either she can't or she won't. You don't know. You don't know which one is it. I don't know if she doesn't have the power because she brought Vision back to life, right? But you don't know if she actually is the one who brought Vision back to life. So there's that speculation, like, does she have the power to actually bring this dog back to life? Even Agnes is kind of like, can you do that? So at the end of the episode, Vision and Wanda are trying to talk about all the weird stuff that's been going on. And Vision is like, I'm starting to figure things out. I'm starting to see that everything around here is wrong. Things are going wrong around here. There's stuff I don't remember. There's things happening around here that I can't explain. There's no kids in this neighborhood. Where are the kids, Wanda? And Vision's like, you were probably doing this subconsciously. Wanda says for a sec, she goes, wait a minute, you think I'm doing all this? You think I control everybody in this neighborhood? Tell them when to brush their teeth? Tell them when to go to the doctor? You think I'm making all this happen? So it raises the question, is Wanda making all this happen? She's definitely at the center of everything. Her life is definitely at the center of everything that's happening around here. But she doesn't control the babies. She doesn't control Vision for the most part, 50-50. And she doesn't control Agnes for the most part, 50-50. So even though she's living in this reality, there's things in this reality that she hasn't been able to control yet. Vision and her are about to get into a real fight. They're arguing. He's like, I don't even know who I am. He raises up. She goes, don't raise up at me, homeboy. She raises up too. And as things start to heat up, there's a knock at the door. Boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. This moment kind of reminds me of the Truman Show with Jim Carrey. And the Truman Show is kind of like this. It's like a fake reality that they made for this one guy. And he kind of lives in a reality show, but he doesn't know it. So everything in his life is fake. And he gets into his fight with his wife one night, and the producers are like, oh shit, we gotta protect the wife because she's a character. She's in on it. She's an NPC. So as he's arguing with his wife and he's getting very, very aggressive, the best friend comes in through the door with a case of beer because he's also one of the actors. He's like, how's everybody going? Are you guys okay?
Say, who are you talking to?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
You said you said.
No, I didn't talk. I wasn't talking to anybody. Truman,
Talk to me!
I don't know anything. Please stop.
Stay where you are. Truman?
And he's like totally in character. And this is how I see this moment. WandaVision are really about to fight and really about to go at it. So I think the powers that be, whatever power is controlling this neighborhood, me personally, I don't think it's Wanda, not 100%. Whatever power is controlling this neighborhood sent her brother Pietro to knock on the door. Now in Age of Ultron, Pietro died, but the Pietro that knocked on the door wasn't the same Pietro that died in Age of Ultron. It's Evan Peters. Let's simplify this and say it's Evan Peters. Which is confirmed. Mutants are now in the MCU. Everybody's been debating how are they gonna do it, because Disney didn't own the mutants at first, but now they bought the rights to the X-Men back. So now the X-Men are now in the MCU universe. So now we officially have Evan Peters as Quicksilver. I think that was pretty neat. That's a neat addition. Everybody was hyped online. Everybody was jumping on Twitter to say stuff. I was like, hey. Some people were like, I already looked on IMDb. I already knew he was going to be in the show. Well, whoop-de-doo. Good for you, spoiling yourself like that. Again, I wasn't going to talk about this episode, but it was so good, it was so fire that I actually wanted to speak about it. I was trying to wait till the very end, but I guess it's like the kid and you put a piece of candy in front of him and it's like, you can wait or you can have one now. I'm just a kid. I'm just like, I have to have it now. I have to talk about this now. So what did you guys think? What did you guys think about Evan Peters in the MCU? What did you think about Wanda, Mephisto, the Mailman, the Agents of S.W.O.R.D.? What do you think about Billy and Tommy, the two little fucking Power Rangers that keep growing up too fast? All right, you guys, tell me, what do you guys think in the comment section below? Please like, please subscribe, and smash that bell icon in the corner there below. It's your boy Snaggletooth. I'm out.